Guys know how to show up. Thank you for coming here during such a difficult time where I know that okay, thanks for coming. I know it's a difficult time. We're outside today because there's no lights inside and they weren't able to accommodate this meeting inside today. So that's why we're out here. We wanted to have an opportunity for everybody to come together so we could give you as much information as we have at this time, and to also come together and help each other get through this. As you know, this storm caused the worst damage recorded in the history of Seabright. The ocean and river collided, causing record flood levels on the side streets and the west side of Seabright. For those of you who live on the river side of Seabright, think 92 nor'easter plus a couple of extra feet of water. On the side streets, the houses are standing, so I don't want everybody to panic. You may have seen photos and videos on the internet. The greatest devastation was caused by the storm surge coming through. Most of the beach clubs and the beach structures are damaged beyond repair, and in some cases, they're gone. The good thing about this, I guess, is that the beach clubs did protect most of the homes on Ocean Avenue, so that the surge, however, did come through and affect the ground floor businesses on Ocean Avenue. Those are probably the pictures that you have seen on the internet. Numerous people stayed behind despite a mandatory evacuation order and urgings to leave. Our fire rescue department did an amazing job rescuing the people who tried to self-evaluate and got trapped. The bravery that our emergency service volunteers showed in the face of life-threatening conditions is nothing short of extraordinary. We owe them a great debt of thanks. And they are still on the ground working in Seabright. Our council has been through the town, and we stand here ready to answer your questions after this meeting as best we can to give you what we saw as the extent of damage to the various properties. The purpose of the meeting today is to get right into it of where we are right now. Our priorities are number one, safety. When the storm came through, the gas lines in Seabright were badly damaged. They were broken in some places underground. In order for New Jersey Natural Gas to come in and repair those gas leaks, they first have to be able to get to them. With numerous gas lines broken and still leaking, there remains a dangerous risk of explosion. Right now, there are literally mountains, feet of sand and debris on Ocean Avenue and on the side streets. Crews are working overnight to clear the way for New Jersey Natural Gas crews to get in there and start repairing the gas leaks. We expect this is going to take 7 to 10 days. This means that you will not be allowed back into Seabright. No one will be allowed back into town until this has been completed. As I said, we expect 7 to 10 days. In addition to the gas repairs, many structures were affected by the flood and a property-by-property inspection must be undertaken to make sure that the buildings are safe before you're allowed to re-enter them. I know this is not what people want to hear. Some need medicine. Some are worried about pets. Others have extraordinary needs that require them to get back into town. We will work with you to accommodate each of these as best we can. We will go back in ourselves if we have to retrieve your things. But we cannot at this time allow anybody back into Seabright lest we risk explosions like they had in Mantoloking. And we don't want to further compound the problem with explosions and fires. That is why your access to Seabright is still restricted, as well as everybody else's. During this time, security is being provided for your homes by our local police who are on continuous patrol. In addition, officers from the county prosecutor's office, sheriff's office, and even corrections officers are on site helping to provide security for your homes. Today, we added a new component, which is a marine patrol. Because despite our efforts to keep the borders secure, people are still slipping in. Photos are still showing up on the internet. Reporters are still sneaking through. Our chief had to add patrols to the beach, even, to keep the borders secure. By the way, I'm getting all the bad stuff out first. So also, in addition to the 7 to 10 day delay for getting back into your homes, we expect a service disruption of New Jersey Natural Gas. It's not clear how long this service disruption will be taking place. Today we were advised that the gas lines from Mantoloking to Seaside were so compromised they were being abandoned, and it's a 30-day minimum time period for reconstructing those gas lines in Mantoloking and Seaside. Ours is not that bad. At this time, we were advised that they plan to cap the gas lines in North Beach, and in South Beach, a street-by-street process to restore gas service will be undertaken. Did I say that correctly? Okay. In addition to that, every property is going to need a new gas regulator. Once they go underwater, they're no good, and it's a very lengthy process. And we will have a better sense of exactly how long the gas disruption will take once the crews are actually in there, and they can see house by house what to find. Finally, in addition, because of the large numbers of people who stayed behind despite evacuation orders, after the storm was over, search and rescue teams had to go house by house to search for bodies. So, they also search for bodies and hazards. So you will see some forced entry into homes in the neighborhoods where people were known to have stayed. They also spray painted X's on homes that were checked. So in addition to the water damage, you may see some additional damage that was caused after the storm, but that was for the search and rescue effort. There were so many people who stayed and tried to self-evacuate that we didn't feel comfortable not doing the property-by-property check in those neighborhoods where we knew there were still people. So, where are we from here? Jersey Shore chapter of the American Red Cross is helping to provide relief kits and cleanup kits for us once we get the go-ahead to go back into town. The borough is compiling the FEMA information that you will need in order to provide your claims and obtain temporary housing assistance. At this time, I would advise everyone that they should, in fact, register with FEMA They should contact their insurers. And if you can, please make plans to stay elsewhere outside of Seabright for as long as you can in order to have the crews get access to the town and your homes to make those repairs. Reed reminds me that there was a third reason preventing access for people returning to their homes, and that is our sewer pump station. Those are gas fed. The generators are wired to gas. So with the disruption in the gas flow means that our sewer system is not at this time operational. Our public works are working very hard along with Councilman Lobiondo and our engineer Floor to work on workarounds to get that sewer station back online even without the New Jersey Natural Gas Service. If anybody wants the number for FEMA, I'd like to announce that right now. It's 1-800-621-FEMA, F-E-M-A. You can also go online to assistance.gov. Ask for assistance.gov and register right away. Yes, what are the numbers of FEMA? Yep. Okay, I'll re-announce that in just a moment.
3362.
3362. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ask FOR for assistance.gov. And I got a little bit like this, and I had to step outside for a moment to collect myself. And as I did, I found something. It was like a metaphor or a symbol for where we're at right now. This is what I found behind Borough Hall. It's a piece of Donovan's, but it says do. Because do is what we're going to do, and we're going to rebuild our town sustainably for the future, a better Seabright than you saw before, and not a different Seabright. Seabright is not gone. Seabright is its people. Seabright is you. Where's Seabright? I mean, the beach helps. But with us. Right? And as long as we're here, and as long as we support each other, and as long as we work together, we will get through this. We will do. So I want to be able to answer every single one of your questions. I'm not sure that's feasible at this point, but I would like to open it up to a question and answer if possible. Yes. Hi, Phil.
Okay, all right. I appreciate that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. Phil made a comment. He's encouraging us all to work together.
Okay.
I just, okay. The reason why they couldn't shut the gas off, the question was, why couldn't they just shut the gas off so we could go in and get our stuff? The answer to that is, number one, the gas lines were so badly damaged, it's not a simple matter of just going and turning off a valve. The main has several valves that are inaccessible at this time because of the large amount of sand and debris. They are also broken below ground, so shutting it off may not address the leaking issue.
Still would have been damaged.
Because they didn't know what to expect. That's simple.
You're doing great, Dina.
Doing fine,
Here's the
Dina.
question. He had two questions. The first question was, why didn't they shut the gas off before the storm? That's not a question that I can answer. We know that they did power down our substations, but that's not a question that I'm prepared to answer.
Good answer.
Right. Who is his second question? Hold on. Hold that thought. Oh.
Other than the sand being on Route 35, is there any beach left?
There is a beach left, believe it or not. It's very small. Okay, the second question this gentleman in the front asked was, Samita, who's in charge? The question is, who's going to be in charge of curing the gas problem or our entire rebuilding effort? As I believe that would be me. That's what I got elected to do, and I'm damn well going to do it right. Okay. So, I had a question here from Grace about Election Day. Seabright's polling will take place in Fairhaven.
Where?
Okay.
Where?
The address of the polling place in Fairhaven is for the firehouse at 645 River Road. It is ADA accessible.
Dina, how about no taxes for property this year?
Linda just asked for no taxes for property this year.
How are we going to
We'll
rebuild?
work on that. Okay, Karen.
What about the postal situation? Where can we get our mail?
Where can you get your mail?
And send our
Rumson Post Office.
And when will that be available? When will they be up and
When will it be available? I'm hearing from the top that you can get it now. I have to say I hadn't even thought of my own mail at this point. Councilman's confirming that you would be able to get your mail now.
What's the procedure for getting the mail?
Paul is asking, what's the procedure for getting the mail?
Show up.
ID with proof of address.
Website to go to get information as to what's happening and when we can get back in.
Okay, how are we going to get information out? Right now we are using the borough website, www.seabrightnj.org. If you have no power, I'm not sure how. I've been using a smartphone sitting in my car with the car running. We improvise. We're going to really need to rely on family and friends in order to help. So maybe people with power can look on the website for us. I'm actively using social media as much as I can get to my phone. I'm putting it on Facebook. I'm putting it on Twitter. So we're really trying to utilize the internet because we don't have our traditional. We have nothing left in town in terms of our, computers, phones, etc. Yes. FEMA knows. The question is, if FEMA requires you to have an inspection, how do you get your FEMA inspector in if you can't get in? The answer is patience. FEMA knows our situation in Seabright, and they know it's not safe for anybody to go in yet. What about taxes? What about taxes that are due? Council will be having a meeting today, and we will be voting on approving a grace period for your taxes. Okay. You all heard that? You just all saw them shake their heads yes.
It's on video.
Unanimous. Okay, a question in the front. Idea from Jamie Turner. Post information at the Rumson Post Office for people who do not have access or electricity. Done. Okay. Seabright does have an AM station, Radio 1630. It's down. Damaged in the storm. Well, I will look into Monmouth Beach's radio.
What's Monmouth Beach's radio though?
1640.
gasoline station?
And we'll try to utilize media as well.
Water?
Any place that you know where we can get gasoline?
Do I know where we can get gasoline? No, I don't.
Are
But
you
we'll try to get that answer for you by the end. Our Assemblyman, Declan O'Scanlan, is here, and he said FEMA will work with us to try to get that financial assistance in advance of the inspections. They're going to try.
With all
Okay.
the utilities off, are you shutting down water in any of the homes?
Water has not been shut off in any home.
I hear that a number of homes are okay on the upper floors. You've shut all the other utilities or they're damaged. What are you going to do about the water?
Broken pipe.
If it gets cold,
Okay, the question is, what are we going to do about the water? The water system has not been compromised that we know of.
How about freezing or
If it's
Oh,
frost?
about the
The pipes
freezing
will
rip,
break.
freezing water.
Homes will get damaged after the fact, unless
People
they're
shut their
drained.
water off, and it could potentially freeze. We are aware of that. That sounds like something that we need to address. Yeah. School information. I believe Oceanport's. Okay. Assemblywoman Hanlon suggests that we check with the Monmouth County Board of Education. As best I know, Oceanport schools are closed this week. We need to put a plan in place for our children clearly going forward if we are going to be kept out of our homes for this long amount of time. Brookdale is closed this week, but I'm expected back at my job on Monday. Answer about the gas.
New Jersey 1015 has on their website a list of open gas stations. We're trying to keep it up to date.
New Jersey 101.5 radio has a list of open gas stations. Thank you, sir. As well as Asbury Park Press. After 7 to 10 days, you will be allowed back in. Yes. You may to move back in, should you choose to. You may find that it's not habitable. You must make sure that you have an ID when you come back into town. Okay, just be patient.
How are you?
All right.
I know you did.
You can expect to find sand in the roads, but the state DOT has been doing an amazing job of getting the roads cleared. Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Beach replenishment. Can we petition the court to spread it evenly?
Beach replenishment. Can we petition the Corps to spread it evenly? We will certainly address the beach replenishment issue. The need is more critical now, obviously, than it even was before. Repeat the gas info. Open gas stations on New Jersey 101.5 FM radio and the Asbury Park Press. I think their website is app.com for open gas stations. FEMA will have a representative sitting in our borough hall once the town is reopened. I'm sorry, we're a follow-up from this lady here. Did you just give me a minute, sir? Yes, if you want to register now, you can do it on the phone even. No phone, no service. Because your towers are down.
be safe.
I'm in the same boat as you, ma'am.
You gotta love that.
Okay, we're going to work on getting a FEMA satellite office set up for you as soon as possible. Our assemblyman's going to work on that for us. Marty.
Yes, I just want to let everybody suggestion for repairs. We're going to have a lot of gypsy contractors approaching you. I have suggestion that any contractor that's going to do work in town has to report to you and get an ID and show you their certificate of insurance so we know we're not going to get ripped off by somebody coming in.
It's already a law.
Thank you, Marty.
Repeat that.
Okay, gentlemen.
That's a state law, isn't it? Hey, you gotta...
Just before we finish, okay, did somebody want me to repeat the question from before? Mr. Arison suggested that we have contractors register with the borough, and so that way we can check them out before they come in and do the work. The answer was yes. I would also just like to announce that Jersey Shore chapter of the American Red Cross does have meals available. If anybody needs something to eat, please stop before you go. Okay, and you can register with them now as well.
In the back. Behind the building.
Okay, people who need pets, medicine, don't worry, I'm going to stay here and answer every single question.
Hello, Dr. Beck. How are you? I am. I'm videotaping.
Okay, gentlemen asked about the boats. How do we find boats and cars?
Do what?
At waterways.
Is there a way to identify them
If
yet?
you don't mind the noise.
Okay, can we, folks are having a hard time hearing here.
It's gonna be
Can we
at
just
least
keep a little
10
order
days,
with our
7
end of
days,
meeting,
10
please?
days Before we can enter the area. I asked that they shut down.
There's a community relations team from FEMA here, so I will find them.
I asked them to make sure that
Okay, there's a question about identifying boats and cars.
I understand that.
As the cars are being cleared out of Ocean Avenue, some of them washed everywhere. There are boats. As they're being cleared, they're being placed in one area.
I will, as soon as I
The
leave.
cars that I have seen that floated were probably not going to be in drivable shape. Okay, some boats did wash out to the island. Some boats floated around town. You're really going to need to coordinate with that with your marina owner. If it was at your dock, then what we need is the information about your boat provided to us, and as we find it, we can let you know. At this time, cars. The question was about cars. Where are cars being put? At this time, cars are just being placed in the municipal parking lot.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. Can we keep some order?
Wait your turn.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Wait your turn.
Wait your turn.
That's what happens with these things.
I know. They get selfish.
Okay. Lady in the.
Wait till
Let me take the
later.
questions because I'm losing my meaning here. The lady in the green has a question here, and then I'll come right back to you, sir. Are they going to... Okay, no houses will... The question was, are any houses going to be turned down? Okay, watch yourselves, everybody, okay? We got wires here. I'm afraid somebody's going to trip.
Honest to God, give it a rest.
I'm sorry, can you just let me... I would like to take them one by one.
Sit down.
Your council has seen the homes, and they can report to you what they saw. Okay, so I'm sorry, there was a question asked about whether or not homes would be demolished. No homes will be demolished before you are allowed back to town. As we speak, our employees are working to set up a link on the borough website. As they go property by property to do this structural inspection, they will post the results online on the borough website. Once this link is functional, you will be able to log in and find out the structural integrity of your home, and if photos were taken, they will be available from the borough website. Don't go checking it now, because they're still working on it, but we hope that it will be functional by the end of the day.
How do we log in?
Okay, if we could just try to respect each other and keep one at a time. I promised one question here, and then I'll come back over here. Okay, question about this. The search and rescue. Were the doors re-secured? The answer is yes. Okay. Okay, gentleman in the front has a question. Okay, if everybody could just, the question is, North Beach is better than South Beach. Will people be allowed earlier into North Beach? The answer is no. Once the town is, they will not allow access until the town is secure. Okay, that is going to be 7 to 10 days. It's not fair to let some people in and others. The gas leaks are everywhere, not just in the south part of town. Okay. Question in the front. Okay, the gentleman in the front. Okay, the gentleman in the front is asking about doctors and getting assistance with the hospitals as there's not power. I'm going to refer that to our Jersey Shore chapter and also our representatives. The Monmouth County Health Department can get through. Okay.
I want to know if they'll let friends and family in,
Your landlord.
because I don't have Seabright ID.
Okay, Walgreens in West Long Branch is filling prescriptions. I'm going to abandon the microphone and come up to you guys. No? I can't. I got too much action here.
Tell them to sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, everybody up front, we're caused a little bit of disarray to my meeting here. Now it's become unruly. People can't hear and people can't get information. So I ask you to please, if you're going to stay and you want to talk to the council, please do it over there or just patiently wait for the questions to be answered. Thank you. All right, we have a question. About freezing. There's standing water in people's basements and homes. The water is off. The temperature is going to go below freezing. At this point, there is not much that we can do in terms of preventing that from happening to your homes because we can't really go in and turn the water on. But I'm going to find out by the end of the day what we can do. What's that? I'm sorry, I meant turn it off. Yes, we are working to make sure that all the properties are secured. That will happen in the property by property inspection. That is on. They are inspecting properties right now. People are concerned about open doors, open windows. The police are patrolling. Yesterday, I was told that anybody found in Seabright would be arrested. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the security of your homes.
Dave, you're going to wear out your arm. You're going to wear out your arm. Wear out your arm.
Okay. This Councilman Lobiondo is offering if anybody needs something retrieved from their homes, medicine, pets, medical equipment, they will go get it for you. Okay, but we need to know, we need to hear from you. We have our council members here with pads and paper ready to get into action to help you.
That's what I was trying to get her back.
Come on, you know.
Okay, David. Go ahead.
If 7 to 10 days is the soonest we can go back, and if we decide we want to stay there, as long as there's no gas leaks, we can, correct?
No.
No.
7 to 10 days before anybody can go back. Those people who are still in Seabright and refuse to leave are going to get a visit from rescue personnel today, and they will be compelled to leave.
But I'm saying
after the 7 to 10 days,
7 to 10 days,
you're home.
Okay.
And that's your choice.
So someone like Harbor Point, that's all electric, when will the electric be back?
At this point, it's not clear. They're working from west to east. in Monmouth County, which means we'll come last.
So like the rest of us who have gas or electric, it could be a month.
The question was, if our place is electric and we don't have gas, what will that mean for us? I was advised this morning that PSE&G is working from a westerly to easterly path, which means by our location that it's going to be a while before they get to us. Okay. And also reminded they can't do the electric until the gas is. Okay. I want to answer all your questions. Don't worry. Go ahead, Ward.
Mayor, when residents are allowed back in with ID, is a family member or two allowed to go with them to help them?
I'm going to say yes, as long as they are with you and we're going to ask everybody to sign in because we're going to need to know who came back into our community. So we will be tracking that. But yes, you can bring help with you.
Thank you.
There were houses in Rumson on Waterman that were looted after people left their houses. A friend of mine was looted. How are you going to really protect everybody's property?
You mean, the question is, how are we protecting people's property?
There were houses on Waterman Avenue that were looted the other night. So how do you really keep people property protected?
We have a lot smaller. The question is, how are we keeping the property secure if looting happened in Rumson? Answer, we're a lot easier to patrol than Rumson. There's nobody in Seabright unless they're operating a bulldozer or they won an election. Okay, so,
I shouldn't say this, but I've heard that there's a
Needed that laugh, right?
there's a lot of people still there. Okay, we have questions.
Is there any way you can post pictures online so we can see which houses are seriously damaged? And
Can we post pictures online? That's the question. Every property has been photographed. I want to take a moment out to just acknowledge the person who did that. That was our dispatcher officer, Christy Jacobs. If you've ever called the police department, that friendly voice, she went property by property to photograph it. And I have to tell you that this lady was born and raised in Seabright. So doing that job probably broke her heart in a million pieces. This morning she worked to transfer those photographs onto a series of CDs, and now our job is to work on finding out how we can make that available to you all. We do have the pictures. We're working on how we're going to get them out to you.
Is there a website where we can see all this stuff?
Is there a website where we can see all of this stuff? When the pictures are available, we will have them linked to the borough website. Okay, that's where you will find the link to check on the structural integrity of your property.
I know she said Marine Police.
www.seabrightnj.org.
Non-resident needs to get taking care of the property. How will I be able to get in when?
Okay, a non-resident taking care of a property in Seabright, how will he get in? You will have to bring some proof that you are the authorized manager or agent for that property.
A video.
Local person, but not.
Maybe the local person could give you a letter or some kind of authorization.
They're not nearby. I'll figure it
Let's communicate with me, and I would like to help you with that. Okay,
Get
go ahead,
something
Bob.
notarized.
Who is patrolling?
Get them up wherever they are to notarize something. Like write a little letter, have her go to the notary.
Okay, the question, who is patrolling the river? Because the people are coming in by boat. Answer, this morning we spoke with the State Police Marine Bureau, and we requested support. We also have one boat left that we can get in the water, and we're putting one of our own people on patrol as well.
Is there anything we can do to help, like with cleanups?
What can we do to help? That is a great question, and we need lots of help. As you can see, we're working with smartphones. We're working with paper, shoestrings. So those of you who have access to power and knowledge of how to use technology, starting next week, everybody's going to be working on cleaning up their own homes, but there's going to be lots of volunteer opportunities because there is much debris to collect and many things to clean.
our businesses are completely gone. And FEMA doesn't help the businesses.
Okay, question. What about the businesses? Our business is gone and FEMA doesn't help us. This morning, I spoke with the New Jersey Office of Tourism that oversees the Small Business Administration. I don't have the lady's name on this paper. The director of New Jersey Small Business Association is going to meet with us and you to work on our rebuilding.
What about the Highlands Bridge? When might it be back up?
Question about the Highlands Bridge. When will the Highlands Bridge be back
Open.
the Highlands. I have not heard that the Highlands Bridge was damaged. That might be a rumor.
They brought heavy equipment over it last night to start
I'd say there's heavy equipment coming over it like mad. So, okay, I'm gonna come over here and then I'll come back.
Now we're down to the room.
Yeah.
Question: how much help are you getting from the county, state, and federal government? Answer: they have been tremendous. The first 48 hours was very hairy. We had some difficulty mobilizing and marshaling the resources that we needed to get New Jersey Natural Gas in to do their job. Those issues have been resolved, and everybody's working like aces right now. This morning we had a conference call with Governor Christie and President Obama, who pledged their financial support as well as their planning support and policy support. They've relaxed some regulations for us already in terms of what we do with the sand. We're clearing the highway. The cooperation has been tremendous. Question. Good question. He's skeptical. There's some skepticism that the 7 to 10 day window is realistic, and if they don't meet the 7 to 10 day goal to get residents back into their homes, what is the contingency plan? The 7 to 10 days, I will tell you, is conservative, and I hope that we're going to do better and give you better news. The 7 to 10 days also builds in extra time for weather and other complications. That's why I hope that we're going to do better. If it becomes clear by early next week that we will not meet the 7 to 10 day deadline, then we will in fact work on a contingency plan to bring you in groups, neighborhood by neighborhood, to come back and retrieve some things.
Tomorrow night was to bring the dinner vans.
Yep. I just figured that this minute.
Okay, go ahead. That will be posted, information will be posted on the website.
And I think also Pier Village.
Yeah.
Pier Village, they said even the concrete
you could see it
was
coming
ready.
over.
Yeah, now people are just complaining.
Question, what do we do in the 7 to 10 days before FEMA provides assistance?
I think the
Assemblyman
best question is
O'Scanlan, your representative, stood right here and just told us that he was going to work with FEMA to get somebody on site and work with us to provide assistance in advance of the property inspection. 7 to 10 days.
Love you.
Love you.
I would ask you, anybody who this is not able to find the resources that they need, a roof over their heads, etc., I would ask you to please talk with a representative from New Jersey Red Cross and also a member of our council. Make sure that they have, where you're staying, how